The House comes to questions for oral answer. Question number 1 in the name of Tim Macindoe.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Minister responsible for Housing New Zealand. What are the objectives of the government's social housing reform program?
Mr Speaker.
Order. Order.
Mr Speaker,
Honourable Bill English.
The program will assist more people with serious housing need by delivering more social houses where they are most needed. The government set out 5 objectives: ensure people who need housing support from the government can get it, help social housing tenants to independence as appropriate, to ensure that the properties for social housing are the right size and in the right place, to help increase the supply of affordable housing, and to encourage more diverse ownership of social housing.
Supplementary question, Tim Macindoe.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. Further question to the Minister. What steps is the government taking under the social housing reform program to deliver on these objectives?
Honourable Bill English.
Mr Speaker, a number of steps. We'll purchase 3,000 more social housing places over the next 3 years and are currently in the process of purchasing 300 of them in Auckland. Accelerate Housing New Zealand builds and disposals. Open up access to income-related rents to community housing sector. We're committed to 5,000 tenancy reviews over the next 2 years to support tenants back into independence. Building is underway in the Tamaki regeneration of up to 3,000 houses, and we're committed to the transfer of 1,000 to 2,000 houses to the community sector in the next 12 or 18 months.
Supplementary question, Tim Macindoe.
Thank you, sir. What steps is the government taking to get more social housing to where it is most needed?
Honourable Bill English.
Well, Mr Speaker, around 1/3 of Housing New Zealand houses, 18.7 billion of them, are the wrong size in the wrong place. Just for instance, 45% of current tenancies are for one single person. 45% of our houses are occupied by one person, but only 9% of the housing stock is one bedroom. So we have thousands of single tenants in 3- and 2-bedroom houses. Housing New Zealand is making good progress in rebalancing its portfolio. Last year it sold 600 houses, mostly in areas of low demand, and is currently building around 700 new houses this year.
Supplementary question, Derek Ball.
Does the Minister stand by his statement in reference to the social housing reform program that, quote, these other agencies are having a thorough look and are telling us a whole lot about our business we didn't know?
Honourable Bill English.
Mr Speaker, yes, because state housing has been run by a government monopoly for, I think, at least 70 years, and because there's been no pressure to compete or do a better job, there's significant aspects of that which weren't clear to previous governments or this government, but in this whole process of social housing reform, we're finding things out, like the fact that while 45% of our tenants are single-person households, only 9% of our houses are single-bedroom households.
So, order. Supplementary question, Derek Ball.
Has his government not realised, has his government not released the findings of the Warrant of Fitness trial, which included 20 state houses in the Northland electorate, because the results would show that these houses are falling apart around thousands of vulnerable tenants? Or is he waiting for these other agencies to tell the public what a disgrace these states' houses are in?
Honourable Bill English.
Well, Mr Speaker, the results of that trial will be released in due course, but the member does highlight a reasonable issue. A large-scale government agency, pretty much every MP knows, if they're doing their constituent work, that this large-scale government agency could have been doing a better job. I'm pleased to say Housing New Zealand's performance is improving pretty rapidly now, and I think the main reason is that there are others showing up where they could do it better.
Supplementary question, Tim Macindoe.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. What examples can the Minister provide of a community housing provider supporting the social housing reforms but opting not directly to buy former state houses on its own in the immediate future?
Honourable Bill English.
Yes, I'm aware that the Salvation Army yesterday confirmed that it supports the government's policy to have community organisations involved in the management of social housing, and that under the current policy it will continue to provide and expand its social houses. They confirmed that they're keen to pursue housing partnerships between itself, the government and other groups, but it did say that it wouldn't take part in these particular transactions. Mr. Speaker, I'm pleased to say there's widespread interest in the government housing policy because lots of groups are, because unlike the Labor Party, everyone else in New Zealand thinks it can be done better.
Question number 2, Andrew Little.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.